Gypsy Rose Blanchard.
Gypsy Rose Blanchard.
Gypsy Rose Blanchard.
Gypsy Rose Blanchard.
Gypsy.
I can't kill anyone.
Let's talk about it. Gypsy Rose Blanchard was released from prison December 2023 and took the world by storm. She quickly racked up millions of followers across social media. Everyone was eager to see what she would do with her freedom. The world fell in love with Gypsy after learning about the trauma and pain she suffered at the hands of her mother, Dee Dee Blanchard, which according to Gypsy was the reason for her plot to unalive her. Since Gypsy's release, she has been involved in nothing but drama and continues lies, from leaving her husband to get back with her ex, becoming pregnant by her ex while still legally married, to fighting with content creators online, and lacking accountability for the horrendous decisions she made regarding the unaliving of her mother.
When they say I'm a murderer, I don't identify as that.
So let's take a deeper look at some of the characteristics Gypsy has that reflects the characteristics of a master manipulator. The first trait would be charming. A manipulator often presents as charming when it serves them purpose, making it difficult for others to see their manipulative behaviors. This helps to create a false sense of trust and connection. Gypsy has a high-pitched voice and often uses it to her advantage. She utilizes her high-pitched voice in order to gain sympathy from others and portray herself as innocent. Her ex-husband even admitted that she would turn her high-pitched voice on when she wanted something from him.
Let me tell y'all something about Gypsy. I will say y'all this before I leave. Gypsy turns on that voice when she's wanting something bad. That voice does come on. She lays it on thick, which I always thought was so cute. Like, you know, when she wanted something, she would throw that voice on. And when she wanted something more, she'd hit that voice and knew that it got me. You know, she knew what she was doing.
Her uniquely high-pitched voice and baby talk speech is what pulled people in and made others feel sympathy for her. And even in adulthood, Gypsy continues to weaponize her voice for personal gain. Let's go ahead and talk about the next trait of Gypsies that reflects a master manipulator, which is playing the victim. Playing the victim usually means acting as if you're always the one being wronged or mistreated, even if that's not really the case. The person will shift the blame to others and not take responsibility for their actions. Gypsy Rose did an interview with Nick Vale in the early months of 2024. This interview became the turning point for a lot of people who once supported her. In the interview, she continued to play the victim and couldn't handle the frustrations of people viewing her as a murderer. She continued to shift the blame to her co-defendant to take the heat off herself.
But he's the one that did the actual kill, not me. I can't kill anyone. That's why he's in trouble to begin with, because he's the one that did it.
Gypsy Rose refuses to take accountability and look at the fact that Nick would not be in this situation had Gypsy not manipulated him into committing the act. Nicholas Godejohn was diagnosed with a form of autism that was formerly called Asperger's syndrome. Nicholas had a low IQ and was collecting a permit disability check. Gypsy made Nick believe that unaliving her mother was the only way they could be together.
On him because he has, and that's
Is
why
he being diagnosed with? Okay.
So that's why we kind of, you know, treat him like when he was last doctor he talked to. They said his mind is probably always going to be 15, 16, right around there. Okay. So we always try to keep a close watch on him.
Let's go ahead and look at the biggest trait of Gypsies that is consistent with a master manipulator: pathological lying. Pathological lying is a persistent, compulsive tendency to tell falsehoods, often without clear purpose or benefit. People who engage in this behavior may fabricate stories or exaggerate details consistently, creating a complex web of deceit that can be difficult to unravel.
Taught me how to be a good liar, a very good liar without any conscience. And I'm changing that.
Changing that we're Gypsy. Because even after her release, she continues to lie to the media and the people in her life.
Well, don't call Ken.
Check.
You're probably already talking to him anyway.
Wow.
You're not? Okay, then why all of a sudden are you not happy?
Yeah.
He called me. He's like, guess what I found out today? I said, what? You've been talking about since late February. I'm like,
Wow.
oh.
Wow.
I'm like,
With all the inconsistencies in her interviews and things displayed on her show, it is clear that Gypsy has issues with lying. She thrives in creating drama, and it seems like hurting others brings Gypsy joy. Let's not forget when she first publicly reunited with Ken and sent her ex-husband Ryan Anderson their pictures, knowing it would crush his heart even more.
Said, but I still love you. And I miss you. You know, things like that. And I'm texting her like, hey, I miss you. I really wish you'd call me or whatever. Da-da-da-da. And the first thing she does is send me a picture that people have got that released of her and Ken. This is it. Ken came to visit. Her not wearing a ring. I said that was evil.
Both can be true that she is a victim and a master manipulator, but it's hard to decide when her mother is not here to tell her side of the story. Gypsy has a chromosome deletion which can explain some of the surgeries she had to get as a child.
You have microdeletion 1q21.1.
Correct.
It's a chromosomal change in which a small piece of chromosome 1 is deleted in each cell.
One of the symptoms of the chromosome deletion is low muscle tone, which could explain why Gypsy's mom wanted her to stay in a wheelchair. Dee Dee was never diagnosed with Munchausen by proxy, but may have been suffering from behaviors of malingering. Malingering is when someone fakes or exaggerates an illness or injury to avoid work, responsibilities, or to gain some kind of benefit like financial compensation or medications. It's not a medical condition but a deliberate behavior. So was she a victim of abuse? Or did she sway the media to believe her lies because her mother is not here to defend herself or tell her side of the story? Please let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you want more content. Thank you for watching.